Hello everyone, so welcome back. So today we are going to start with our chapter of alcohol, phenols and ether. It is a quite big chapter. We will do it in parts. So in the first video we will cover up the full alcohol portion. In the following we will do the phenol and the ethers portion respectively. So let's start with the methods of preparation of alcohol. So give the heading methods of preparation of alcohol. First point is the method of preparation of alcohol. Okay, the first method of preparation of alcohol is a method which you are quite familiar of. It was already there in the chapter of your haloalkane. It is from the alkyl halides. Okay, so right here from alkyl halides, right? So if you remember in the chapter alkyl halide, alkyl halide is RX. When we reacted it with something, it gives ROH, and this something or the reagent which we are talking about is nothing other than the aqueous NaOH, or it can be your aqueous KOH, or it can be your moist AgOH. Clear? So what is this? This is alkyl halide and this is giving my ROH, which is the alcohol. Okay, now see, both these bases KOH, NaOH and AgOH are strong bases, right? So this strong base will not wait for the removal of this alkyl group and will attack from the rear side. So according to this, so this thing only happens in the substitution nucleophilic 2, which is the SN2 reaction. See, what happens is, I am trying to explain. This is Rx, right? The polarity is directed towards the negative charge, right? And here a plus charge is being generated. Now this NaOH will liberate the OH minus ion, right? And since this is strong, this base will not, or this OH minus or this nucleophile will not wait for this towards the removal of this X minus, so it will directly attack from this rear side, right? So once this is attacking from the rear side, once this bond is formed, this bond is broken. So as a result, we get an alcohol, right? So under few points, okay, so give few notes about this reaction. Under the notes, in the first point, right, this is SN2 reaction. Okay, now in bracket you write strong base does not wait for removal of what? It is not waiting for the removal of the halide or the halogen, right? So as a result, always if you see the stereochemistry of this reaction, always inversion product is formed. Inversion product is always obtained, right? Okay, clear? Now if you remember another point of the SN2 reaction, SN2 occurs in the order which is order of reaction. If you want to remember this, it is the property of SN2 reaction. It is occurring in 1 degree, more in 2 degree and 3 degree, right? That means in the 1 degree alkyl halide, reaction is more preferable. In the 2 degree and 3 degree, the preferability of the reaction decreases as we go from 2 to 3, right? So this was about few notes. Now if we take few examples of this reaction, give heading examples. Clear? The first example, let us take ethyl bromide C2H5Br. This is ethyl bromide. I will treat it with, suppose I treat it with the strong base, which is the aqueous NaOH. Okay, so let's write here aqueous NaOH. So as a result of this, NaBr will be formed. See, Na is breaking down, it is leaving the OH nucleophile, the OH will attack over here, right? So as a result of this, we will get C2H5OH, which is the ethyl alcohol, and with that we will get NaEr. Similarly, if we take another, let us take C2H5Cl, we take aqueous KOH. Okay, now if you take aqueous KOH, KOH will break, K plus OH minus, and OH will attack from the rear side, so we will get C2H5OH plus KEr. Rear side means always inversion product. Inversion product is inversion, because rear side attack is occurring, because rear side attack. Clear? So copy it up to this much. Now I will tell a very important point of this reaction. So copy it, I will clear the board, and then I will say which is the side products which is always forming in this reaction. So copy it up to this much. I will come in with the elimination product part. Okay, so back again. Now I am going to tell you an important point why this method of preparation of alcohol is not preferable, because side products are being formed. So right here, if you want to put this as an important note, you can also put, I am putting star mark because this is very important, why this kind of reaction or the preparation of alcohol from alkyl halide is not preferable, because in all this reaction, elimination product is obtained, right? And so this is not a suitable method of preparation, right? And you have to remember that elimination occurs in the order of 3, 2 and 1. Okay, so right here, let's write over here, elimination occurs in the order of 3 degree greater than 2 degree greater than 1 degree. That means when the alkyl halide is 3 degree, elimination product is formed as a major, and if it is 1 degree, then obviously SN2 is preferred, because the order of SN1, if you write here, it is apart, this is a different thing. SN2, if you remember that SN2 is occurring in the order 1 degree more than 2 degree more than 3 degree, right? We will understand this with the help of a example. Okay, so let's take the example of something like this. Let's take a tertiary alkyl bromide. Okay, so let's structure is like this: CH3, CH3, CH3. Okay, let's remove this. This is not necessary for this one. Okay, this is the SN2 reaction order mechanism, rate of reaction of SN2. Okay, so this is the tertiary butyl bromide. Okay, now I will going to treat it with. Now I am going to treat it with the aqueous KOH or NaOH, anything. So let us take as for example aqueous KOH. Now when you take aqueous KOH, now see, this is a 3 degree alkyl bromide, right? Now see, for 3 degree alkyl bromide, elimination product is more obvious, right? And what is the elimination product is? Elimination product is always the alkene, right? Because the bond will break and bond will be formed over here. If you have studied the hydrocarbon chapter in class 11, you have noticed this, that 3 degree, when alkyl bromide is treated with aqueous KOH, alkene is being formed. This is the method of preparation of alkene. So for that, if you take aqueous KOH for this tertiary butyl bromide, what will happen is a bond will be formed over here. That means it will look like this: CH3, C, CH3, double bonded CH2. Clear? And along with this, you will get KBr KBr plus you will get H2O. Why H2O? Because this was CH2 and one H is coming out and reacting with this OH minus, so it is forming H2O. Now why here? If you have understood, then you will easily be able to answer this question. Now why here this alkene is being formed? Because see, this is a 3-degree butyl bromide, right? And in 3-degree butyl bromide, elimination is more preferable. See, if you notice the order, it is 3, 2, 1. So elimination product is more preferable. So in 3-degree butyl bromide, or you can say alkyl bromide, tertiary alkyl bromide, alkene is being formed. So alkene is being formed as a major product. So this is not the actual method for the preparation or the reliable method for the preparation of alcohol. Now if it is 2 degree, if the alkyl halide is, let us take alkyl halide, if you say it is 2 degree. Now if it is 2 degree, both the products are being formed. One is 3 degree and one is the alkene is formed and also the alcohol is formed. But since there is a mixture of product is being obtained, so it is difficult to separate them. So we usually do not utilize or use this method for the preparation of alcohol. So this was about the preparation of alcohol from the alkyl halide. Now we will do the preparation of alkyl halide, or preparation of the alcohol from the addition of water. So copy it up to this much. I will rub the board and come back. So the next method of preparation which we have for the preparation of alcohol is the by addition of acid catalyzed addition of water to a alkene. So what's happening, let's see over here. Acid catalyzed H2O addition. Okay, so by seeing the term H2O addition, it's quite similar that you will think that something like this is happening. You may have noticed, or you may be thinking that if this is my ethene and you take an H2O molecule over here, and if you think that OH is being added on this side or rather being that side, both are the same thing, but this reaction actually does not occur, because this H2O and the ethene both are acting as a nucleophile, and two nucleophile will not react. Okay, so for this what we do, we take a proton donor which is my acid or my dilute acid. So for this, let us take another molecule. Let us take for example the propene CH, or let us take ethene for the first case. Okay, CH2 double bonded CH2. Okay, now if you take the dilute H2SO4, okay, dilute H2SO4, then H plus and OH minus will be dissociated from the water, right? Then this bond will open up and your alcohol will be formed. It will be becoming CH3, CH2, and here it is OH, right? So this is the acid catalyzed addition of water to alkene, which is giving me alcohol. Now here it was the symmetric molecule, but if we take propene CH3 CH double bonded CH2, this is propene. Now if you take propene and you add dilute H2SO4, and the same thing is happening, but in this case you may have a question that where is the OH is being added. The OH can be added over here, it can get added over here, and it can get added over here. Now it's quite obvious that OH will not be added over here because the double bond is here. Now question is on which side of the double bond, this side or that side. Now here the Markovnikov rule is being followed, which says that the carbon with lowest number of hydrogen will get the OH molecule. So OH ion, So according to this Markovnikov rule, OH is being added over here, right? See, this is the carbon with least number of hydrogen, right? So let's write like this: CH3 COH H, this double bond is opening, right? And we are getting here CH3, right? And what is the rule which is followed over here? This is called Markovnikov rule. Markovnikov. Right? This was propene. I have taken dilute H2SO4 which acted as a proton donor. It gives the H plus. It causes the water to dissociate into H plus and OH minus, and the H plus is getting added to the carbon with least number of hydrogen molecule according to the Markovnikov rule. So this product is being formed, right? Now let's write some other points or noteworthy points about this reaction. So right here, notes. Okay. Now under the notes, the first point, let's write here, Markovnikov rule is being followed. Markovnikov rule followed, right? The second point is there is production of carbocation intermediate. Carbocation intermediate. Okay. The last point is, since there is a production of carbocation intermediate, so it will prefer stability. So to attain the stability, there is a possibility of rearrangement to occur. Rearrangement may occur. Clear? Okay. And you can also write a point which is quite evident from this statement, that stability or the what you call the feasibility or the rate of reaction. Okay, so rate of reaction is directly proportional to stability of carbocation, right? So these were few points about the Markovnikov rule, or the acid catalyzed addition of water to alkene. Now our last point, you can also write about the stereochemistry, that racemic mixture is obtained. Racemic product, or you can say mixture of product is formed. Mixture of product is formed. That is both inversion and what you call the retention product is obtained. So the mixture of those product is called the racemic mixture. So these are few points about the acid catalyzed addition of water. Now copy it up to this much. Next I will come up with few questions. So copy it. So I am here with the question. The question is this two questions. These two are the questions. The first question is, this is my propene. I am doing the same thing. This was already given earlier. I am just doing it for the better understanding. So according to the Markovnikov rule, what is happening, that this carbon is having the least number of hydrogen atom. So this carbon will get the OH minus. So let's write over here. So the carbon with least number of hydrogen is getting the OH minus, right? So it will be like this: CH3 CH, this will be OH, and this will be CH3, right? Now take your time and do this question. This question is a bit different, I am telling you. So take your time and do this question. Pause the video and do this question. Take your time. Done? Let's do it. Now I am pretty sure that many of you have written the answer as like this: CH3 CH, CH3 CH, OH, and this is CH3. Now I am pretty sure that many of you have written this answer, but actually this is not happening. Yes, you will question me that why Markovnikov rule. According to Markovnikov rule, this is supposed to be the product, but actually this is not the product. See, why I am telling you. See, Markovnikov rule is just a statement. The main thing is the stability of the carbocation. right? Now, okay, let's do the mechanism for better understanding. Okay, so I am telling you beforehand, this is not the product. Keep in mind a few notes over here, that rearrangement may occur. Rate of reaction is directly proportional to stability of carbocation, and there is already the carbocation intermediate formation. So let's write the mechanism of this reaction so that we can understand why this thing is not happening. I will make sure you understand that why this thing is not happening. So let's clear out the board. Okay. Okay, let's write here the mechanism of the reaction, why this thing is not happening. So you can write the heading as exception of Markovnikov. Markovnikov rule is just an excuse. The main thing or the main theme of this reaction is the stability of carbocation. Now see, this was my reactant, so let's write this over here, CH3, C, CH3, here is H, here is CH, here is double bonded CH2. Okay, clear? This was my product. Now when I am adding H plus and OH minus over here, now when I am adding H plus and OH minus over here, this bond is breaking, right? Now when this bond is breaking, a structure somewhat like this is being formed, CH3, C, CH3, H, CH3, CH plus, I'm sorry, and CH2 minus, right? And this is a 2 degree carbocation. Let's write over here, this is 2 degree carbocation. Okay, now see, if you notice this very carefully, there is a possibility of the formation of a 3 degree carbocation. How? If this plus charge is coming over here, if this plus charge is coming over here and this H is going over there, it will become CH2 and this will be the carbocation. Now see, here is 1, 2 and 3, so this will be a 3 degree carbocation which is more stable, right? So since there is a possibility of 3 degree carbocation to be formed, rearrangement will occur. So how rearrangement will occur? Let's write over here. You can write here H plus shift or say rearrangement, right? So as a result of this, CH3 C plus CH3 and this will be CH2, this H is going over here, CH2, this will be CH3, and since this is a plus charge over here, so OH minus will attack this side and this is the answer, and this plus charge will be removed. So my answer is like this. See, this both the things are different. This is wrong. Okay, this is correct. Let's write it in a proper way. CH3 COH CH3 CH2 CH3. So this is the ultimate product which I am obtaining. So this was the few exception of Markovnikov, you can call it, of the acid catalyzed addition of water to alkene which is giving us alcohol. So copy it up to this much. Next we will start with oxymercuration, demercuration and hydroboration oxidation. We will just write the we have to remember the reaction and the reagents, the few points about those reaction, because a question may come which is a bit complicated, you can say. I will do that in the last part. So copy it up to this much. I am coming. Okay, so let's start. This will be number 3. We are going to do the hydroboration oxidation in the first place. Okay, so give the heading hydroboration oxidation. Clear? We are going to follow the hydroboration oxidation process of preparation of alcohol. So the reaction is some sort of like this. We take alkene, this is CH3, CH, then double bonded CH2. This is propene. We take hydroboration oxidation, we take B2H6, which is the borine, and we take trihydrofuran, THF, in basic medium in presence of hydrogen peroxide, which is H2O2, and you have to write basic medium. Now as a result of this, OH is being added obviously to this propene. Now the reaction will give a structure or a compound some sort of like this. Now if you notice here, anti-Markovnikov rule is being followed. Why? Because the carbon, obviously the on either side of the double bond the OH will be added, not obviously not in this carbon. Now if we consider only these two carbon, see the carbon which has the lowest number of hydrogen atom is this, but in such case, or the hydroboration oxidation, anti-Markovnikov rule is being followed. So the opposite of Markovnikov rule, so the OH is being added to the carbon with least number of, or you can say the most number of hydrogens, which is the this one. So OH is being added over here, right? So this was about the hydroboration oxidation reaction. Now let's write few noteworthy points about this hydroboration oxidation. So let's write in the first place, note, anti-Markovnikov rule is being followed. Anti-Markovnikov rule followed. Okay, see, anti-Markovnikov rule is being followed over here. The second point is rate of reaction is inversely proportional to steric hindrance. What is steric hindrance? Steric hindrance means bulky group. The more the presence of bulky group, the more is the possibility of the reaction not to happen. That means if the group is very much heavy, the reaction will freeze, or the feasibility of a reaction is very less. Okay, so rate of reaction is directly proportional, or you can say inversely proportional to steric hindrance. Okay, now see here, this H means H is being added over here and the OH is being added over here. Now the question may come, from where is this H coming? The H is coming from the B2H6. You can write here, H comes from B2H6. Clear? Now the last point, you can say the OH comes from where does the OH come? The OH comes from the H2O, which is the hydrogen peroxide, right? The last point you can also write about the stereochemistry. It is not important. Syn product, syn addition takes place. Addition takes place, right? So this was about the hydroboration oxidation mechanism, or the process of preparation of alcohol. Copy it up to this much. Next I will come with the question about the hydroboration oxidation, or we will do the oxymercuration, then we will do the question in a combined way, so that it is better for your understanding. So copy it up to this much. Okay, so let's come to the next method of preparation of your alcohol, which is from the mercury acetate. We call this method as the oxymercuration demercuration. So let's give the heading over here. Give the heading oxymercuration. This will be number 4. Oxymercuration. This is not in NCERT, but I am giving this because it is important. Oxymercuration, demercuration, both of this thing is occurring. oxymercuration, demercuration, right? Oxymercuration and demercuration. So let's see what is happening over here. Now for this case we will take the same thing, propene, or you can say the alkene. Let's take propene, CH double bonded CH2. We take the following things. There is in the first place we take mercury acetate, which is CH3COO whole 2 Hg. Okay, this is called mercury acetate. The next thing which we take is water, which is acting as a solvent. The last thing which we take is the sodium borohydrate. This is Na, not sodium borohydrate. This is called the sodium borohydrate, NaBH4 in basic medium, OH minus medium. So as a result of this, the Markovnikov rule of addition is being followed. So according to that, the OH will get attached over here. So CH3 CHOH CH3, OH is attacking over here. So Markovnikov rule is being followed. So let's write here Markovnikov rule. Okay, I will write it in the notes part. So copy it. This was the basic framework of the reaction. Now we will write few points about this reaction. Okay, so write here few notes. First thing is Markovnikov rule is followed. Markovnikov rule is followed. Second point, there is no carbocation. There is no carbocation formed. Now since there is no carbocation is formed, so there is no possibility of rearrangement. So rearrangement do not occur. Right? Now if you remember the first reaction or the first method of preparation of alcohol from alkene, it was the process, we followed the process, the acid catalyzed addition of water. In that case, the Markovnikov rule was being followed and there was the formation of carbocation. Now since there is the possibility of formation of carbocation, so stability of the product will be directly proportional to the stability of carbocation. So to gain stability, there was a possibility of rearrangement. We saw the exception of Markovnikov where the H was being transferred or it was shifted. Now since there is no carbocation in this case, there is no possibility of rearrangement to occur. We will understand this with the help of an example. So up to now, copy it up to this much. The last point which I have to mention over here, both syn type and anti-type is formed. Both syn type and anti-type addition, right? So copy it up to this much. I will come with an example where we will do all the three types of methods of preparation from alkene. So this rearrangement thing, it will be better to understand in that. So copy it up to this much. Now my question to you is this: what will be the product from is this and this is the reagent. Okay, so according to this, we studied this in the earlier case or the first case. So according to this, this is the acid catalyzed addition of water to your alkene. So according to this, what is happening? So in this, carbocation is being formed, right? Carbocation formation take place and Markovnikov rule is being formed. So there is a possibility of rearrangement to occur since carbocation is being formed. So the carbocation will be formed over here. So there is a possibility of 3 degree to be formed, right? So the H plus will shift and the OH will attack over here. So according to this, in acid catalyzed addition of water to the tertiary structure of this, the compound which is formed as an answer is this CH3. This is OH is attached, or you can say attacking over here. This is CH2 and this is CH3. Now, why this is happening? Because Markovnikov rule is being followed in the first case, and there is carbocation formation. So, reaction, or you can say rearrangement is occurring, right? Now, in the second case, this is the hydroboration oxidation, where we are taking, this is called diboran, this is called the trihydrofuran. Trihydrofuran looks like this. This is the furan ring and this is the trihydrofuran, and we are taking it in presence of H2O2, which is the peroxide. So, as a result of this, what is happening is, here we know that Markovnikov rule is not being followed. So, there is no question about the carbocation formation. Anti-Markovnikov rule is being followed, right? So, according to this, the OH will attack over here. So, let us write CH3, CH3, here is H, here is CH, here is single bonded CH, this will be CH2, this will be CH2 and this will be OH. Clear? Here Markovnikov rule is not being followed, right? Markovnikov rule is not being followed, or you can say anti-Markovnikov rule is being followed. There is no question about carbocation formation, there is no question about rearrangement to occur. So, this product is being formed. Now, let us do the third case or the last case. Okay. Now, this is the oxymercuration demercuration. Now, in this case also the Markovnikov rule is being followed, but if you remember, I have mentioned while teaching you that there is no carbocation formation. Now, since there is no carbocation formation, there is no possibility of rearrangement. So, where will the OH attack according to you? Now, the answer is like this: CH3, CH3. Here there will be H only, because there is no shifting, there is no rearrangement. So, H will remain as it is and OH will attack over here according to your Markovnikov rule. So, OH will attack over here. Clear? So, let us write over here, Markovnikov rule is being followed, but there is no carbocation, right? So, this was a typical question where we did all the three types of reaction of the preparation of alcohol from your alkene by the addition of water, by oxymercuration demercuration, and this one, this is the hydroboration oxidation. So, copy it up to this much. Next, we will learn about the preparation of alcohol from the reduction of your aldehydes and ketones. So, copy it. Okay, so let us start once again. We are going to prepare alcohol from the reduction process of your alcohol. we are going to prepare alcohol by the reduction process of your aldehydes and ketone. It's quite simple. We will take only two reagents. Suppose it is H2 over platinum palladium lichen, or you can take lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride. So, let us give the heading and start writing. So, this will be number 6. Okay. So, right here, from reduction of you can say carbonyl compounds. Aldehydes and ketone are togetherly called carbonyls. So, you can write here carbonyl compounds. Okay. So, reaction is like this. Let us take any aldehyde. Let us take, for example, acetaldehyde. So, acetaldehyde looks like CH3, C, double bonded O, single bonded H. Acetaldehyde looks like this. Okay. Now, when you treat acetaldehyde, just a minute, CH3, C, double bonded O, and here is H. Now, when you treat acetaldehyde with, you can take H2 over nickel, platinum, palladium, okay, or you can take lithium aluminum hydride LiAlH4, or you can take sodium borohydride. Okay, now H2 over nickel platinum palladium, nickel platinum palladium. Okay, now when you take, it's quite obvious that this O will be removed, or double bonded O will be removed, and there will be formation of your ethanol, right? So it will look like this, C2H5OH, which is my ethanol, right? So this was the process of the preparation of your alcohol from the carbonyl compounds. Okay, let's take another example. For example, we can take acetone. For example, let's take acetone, CH3 C double bonded O, and then here is CH3. Acetone, I will, let us treat it with LiAlH4, LiAlH4. Now when you treat acetaldehyde, or I am sorry, when you treat acetone, or you can call it propanol, with lithium aluminum hydride, you obtain this. This is called the propanol, CH, here will be OH, and here will be CH3. This is propan 2 all. Clear? Right? Now there is a limitation of this process. I am writing it over here. Give heading limitation. Limitation is quite simple. 3 degree alcohol cannot be prepared. Clear? So this was about the preparation of your alcohol from the reduction of carbonyl compounds. We are taking a carbonyl compound. This was acetone. This is your 1 degree, right? When you treat acetone with nickel hydrogen over platinum nickel platinum palladium catalyst, or you can take lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride, and when you treat all this or any of this reagent, when you treat it with this one, you get ethanol. And similarly, when you treat with acetone, this is acetone, okay, you take propan 2-ol. This is 1 degree alcohol, and this one is your 2 degree, right? And the limitation is 3 degree alcohol cannot be prepared. So copy it up to this much. Next we will learn about the reduction of your carboxylic acid compounds. Okay, so let's move on. Now we will prepare alcohol from the carboxylic acids and its derivative. Now the derivative of carboxylic acid include the acid halides and esters. So let's learn about the preparation of alcohol from carboxylic acid. So let's write over here any carboxylic acid. Let us write R C double bond O single bond OH. Now for this you have to obviously perform reduction. Now for reduction you are only eligible to take lithium aluminum hydride. You cannot take NaBH4, which is a sodium borohydride, you cannot take. So for that you have to take lithium aluminum hydride. So as a result of it you are obtaining your alcohol. Your alcohol will look like this, R C OH, and here will be H2. Clear? See, 4 valency of carbon is being satisfied. So this is called the reduction of your carboxylic acid. Now this was acid. Now let's consider the example of ester. Now how does a ester look like? Copy it up to acid. Take your time, copy acid one. Now we will learn about the ester one, how we are performing reduction on the ester. Now ester looks like this, R C double bond O single bond OR. Okay. Now when you are treating it with LiAlH4, which is the lithium aluminum hydride, you give 4 hydrogen over here. So as a result of which this thing will break, this bond will break. So you are obtaining two types of alcohol or a mixture of alcohol, you can say RCOH H2, which is this one, plus this R and O will also get a H, so that will be ROH. You can call it R dash. If this is R dash, this will be ROH dash. Clear? Now you cannot take NaBH4 over here. Acid, not acid, this is ester. You cannot take NaBH4. I am writing a demarcation. NaBH4, no reaction. Similarly here also, when you take NaBH4, there is no reaction. Clear? So this was about the preparation of your alcohol from the carboxylic acid, which is this one, and from ester. Now we will do about the preparation of alcohol from the carboxylic acid derivative, which is the acid halide. So let's write over here acid halide. Give the heading, this will be acid halide. Okay, let us take a chlorine halide. Okay, chlorine as halide. So it will look like this: R C double bond O single bond Cl. Now for this case, you can take LiAlH4, which is the lithium aluminum hydride. So for that case, you will obtain alcohol like this, right? And you can also take NaBH4 for this case only. Here you cannot take NaBH4, here also you cannot take NaBH4, but in case of acid halide, you can take LiLH4 also, you can take NaBH4 also. So as a result of this, we are getting this one, RC double bond O, RCOH, and this will be your H2, or you can write it this one H and this one H. Both are the same thing. So this was about the preparation of alcohol from the carboxylic acid and derivative. So copy up to this much. Next we will study about the preparation of alcohol from the Grignard reagent, which is the RMgX. Okay, now we will learn about the preparation of your alcohol by the using of Grignard reagent. We will treat it with aldehydes or ketones. So let's take aldehyde first as example. So let's take an example of aldehyde. We will do this method together with the mechanism so that it is easier for us to understand. So let us take any aldehyde. Okay, we will do the aldehyde first. Aldehyde. Okay, let's take any aldehyde. Write CH3, C double bond O, and here is single bond H. We will treat it with Grignard reagent. It can be CH3 MgBr. This is methyl magnesium bromide. Okay. Now if you remember how the bond cleavage in the Grignard reagent occur, bond cleavage in Grignard reagent occur like this. This bond break like this. Here they get a plus charge and here Mg get a negative charge. Okay. So as a result of this, when this bond will open, we know this is a resonating bond and this bond again closes down. So when this bond is opening, let us consider first, when this bond is opening, a plus charge is being created over here, right? When a bond is opening, the plus charge is being created over here. I am sorry, I did a mistake over here. This will be minus and this will be plus. Okay. When this bond is opening, a plus charge is being created over here. So as a result of this, this CH3 will attack over here. You can put an arrow, right? This CH3 is attacking over here, and this MgBr, which is the negative charge, this oxygen is getting the electron and so it is a negative charge, and this MgBr will attack over here. So as a result of this, the product which we are obtaining is looking like this: CH3. This is not the product, this is the intermediate. This is O O MgBr, and this is the H, and from the bottom the CH3 is attacking, so this is CH3. Okay. Now when you perform hydrolysis, okay, you perform hydrolysis H2O, this OMgBr will move out, you get CH3 C, you get CH3 C OH, CH3, here is H, and you get MgOH, and here is Br. This is called hydroxyl magnesium bromide. So what we are doing, we are first treating with Grignard reagent, bond is breaking like this, the MgBr is getting the plus charge and this methyl group is getting the negative charge. When this oxygen is opening up the lone pair, or you can say the resonating pair, the oxygen is getting the minus charge and significantly the plus charge is getting transferred in the carbon part. So CH3 minus is attacking over here and the Mg plus is attacking over here. Then after that we perform the hydrolysis with H2O, you can write H plus OH minus. As a result of this we are obtaining hydroxyl magnesium bromide and our required alcohol. Okay, now see, it was a 2 carbon compound, right? In the initial case it was a 2 carbon compound, but if you see the answer of the product, it is a 3 carbon product, right? So in all these cases ascent of product, or you can say ascent of chain, is occurring. ASAC. What is the spelling of ascent? It is ASCENT, ascent of chain, right? So this was the example which I performed with my aldehyde. Now I will take the example of ether. So copy it up to this much. Next we will learn about the preparation of alcohol from the ether by using the Grignard reagent. Okay, so let's take the next thing, which is ketone. Give the heading ketone. Right. Let's take propan, CH3 C double bonded O, single bonded CH3, right? This is a ketone, this is called propanone. We will treat it with CH3 MgBr, right? The bond will break in a similar fashion. So bond will breaking like this, negative charge plus charge. So it is getting negative charge, it is getting plus charge. So CH3 will attack over here and this MgBr will attack over here. So as a result of this, we are getting intermediate like this, CH3O MgBr, and here it is CH3 and here it was CH3. Now when you perform again the same thing, hydrolysis with water, you can write H plus OH minus, this MgOHBr is getting removed. So as a result of this, you are getting the alcohol this will be COH, this will be CH3, and this will be CH3, and the another thing which you are getting is hydroxyl magnesium bromide. Okay, so this was about the preparation of alcohol from the aldehyde or ketone by the using of your Grignard reagent, right? So copy it up to this much. Next we will move about the preparation of alcohol by the application of nitrous acid. So copy it. Okay, so let's continue. Now we will learn about the method of preparation of your alcohol from your nitrous acid, which is HNO2. Now when you take HNO2, you can write nitrous acid in the form of HONO. See, the same thing is happening, H, N, and the 2O I am writing like this. This is the style of writing. Okay, so let's take a primary amine. Okay, or you can say from nitrous acid with 1 degree or primary amines. Okay, so let's take a primary amine. Let's take ethylamine C2H5NH2. This is ethylamine. Now I am going to treat it with this HONO, or you can write HNO2 for this case. Okay, so you will get C2H5OH, C2H5OH, and also along with it you are going to get nitrogen N2 and H2O, right? Now there is a trick for remembering about what will be the product. So consider this example only, C2H5OH. Now I will write HONO, the HONO2 and HONO same thing. Now I will write HONO below this in such a pattern so that this O and this O comes below each other. Okay, so if you do like that, I am sorry, it will be NH2, sorry. So I have to write this HONO below this C2H5NH2 in such a fashion such that this N and this N are just below each other. So if that is the case, so it will be HONO. Now see, if you do like this, see, you are getting C2H5OH, this is the C2H5OH, N2, H2. So this is just a trick for remembering the entire process or the outcomes of this reaction. Now there is a example, not it is, there is an exception for this preparation. It is that methylamine CH3NH2 do not give alcohol. Now this is the exception which you have to remember, that methylamine will not give alcohol. So this was all about the methods of preparation of alcohol. We have studied the various methods of preparation from alcohol. First one was I suppose the alkyl halide. Second one was the preparation from the acid catalyzed addition of water. The next one was oxymercuration, demercuration, followed by the hydroboration oxidation. Then from the reduction of aldehydes and ketone, from the carboxylic acid derivatives and esters, and then there was the Grignard reagent part, and at last which was the from the nitric acid part. So in the next lecture we will study about the properties of alcohol. Okay, so till then keep studying. All the very best.